Good afternoon, everybody. Tom Schmitz here with one of those common sense moments. Earlier today, I received a mailer, came to me addressed to my formal name, Thomas, my middle name, and my last name, Schmitz. Well, the only two places I have that name is on my driver's license and on my voter registration card. It come from Dr. John Rafew. Well, I don't think Dr. John Rafew is from the Department of Licensing, so it must be a voter thing. And boy, was I right. It's a letter that he wrote to me because he feels like I should listen to his point of view on who to vote for the election. Everybody gets these kind of things. I'm not concerned with the message. The message is a hit piece against Donald Trump. By the way, Donald Trump deserves hit pieces. He said some nasty, mean things, and hit pieces aren't out of line that are accurate in what he said. Like he called women dogs and fat pigs. He did. He referred to women that way. So a hit piece pointing that out, and how could you vote for him? How could you tell your daughter in good conscience that you voted for this kind of man? I understand that. That's not my problem with this piece. If it was a hit piece on Hillary Clinton, wouldn't have a problem with it either. My problem with this piece is the way it was sent. First off, it's sent to me, but it's signed by the good doctor, but not really. It's a stamp. Then it says, it starts by saying, "Dear neighbor." Really? Neighbor? Neighbor, to me, would be somebody that lives in the Ocala area. Maybe even next door, just down the street. I mean, that's my definition of neighbor. Well, the good doctor doesn't live in Ocala. He doesn't live in Bellevue. He doesn't live in Denellen. Hell, he doesn't even live in Marion County, Levy County, Citrus County, or Alachua County, Putnam County, another county close, Lake County touches Marion County. He doesn't live in any of those places. He lives in Hillsborough County. And he's a doctor, all right, but it's a PhD, and that's still a doctor. I'm not denying that, but he's a doctor of communications at Hillsborough Community College. He's not my damn neighbor. He's not your neighbor. So that's an out-and-out just lie in my book. And that's what gets me, is these mailers like this from Dr. Rafew that start with lies. What is Dr. Rafew? He's a professor, I told you, at Hillsborough County. Guess what kind of professor? He caters to political candidates in need of campaign strategies. Well, I'd say a hit piece right here on Donald Trump, that's a campaign strategy. And that's the problem with our elections, is people send out these and we don't do the accurate homework. All we do is we read them and say, well, the doctor said so, it must be important. Well, I took time to Google the good doctor, found out he is a doctor, but not a medical doctor. He's a doctor of communications, PhD, still a doctor. He's not my neighbor. He doesn't live anywhere near me. He lives over an hour and a half away in Hillsborough County. And by the way, this thing implies, if you read the entire letter, it implies that except for Donald Trump being a mean, dastardly man, he would have voted Republican. Because how could I tell my daughter I voted for this guy when he calls women dogs and fat pigs? How do you justify Trump's crazy comments about African Americans, Mexicans, immigrants, and Gold Star parents? All of which are valid arguments for Donald Trump. But then he goes on to say, there's no way I could vote for Donald Trump and look at my daughter with a straight face. I can't. As a parent, I can't endlessly explain away his behavior without losing my credibility. So I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump. I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton. The form of the letter and the tone of the letter makes it sound like he may have voted Republican, but he's damn sure not going to vote for Donald Trump. Well, that's not accurate, because he's been a Democratic strategist working for the Democratic Party in the last 3 elections. Look it up. Dr. John Rafew. It's on the internet. So it's out and out pieces like this that kind of bend the truth, that aggravate me to no end. And by the way, before you get started, yes, Donald Trump has an army of people doing the exact same damn thing. And that's wrong. That's what aggravates me. How about we just use some common sense and tell the damn truth? That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know.